What's up, everybody? It's eBEFOREi here to talk about movies. I love talking about movies because I like movies, and I'm a Star Wars fan. I've been watching Star Wars for many, many years, and we're about to have a huge one. This is a big movie. In case you haven't heard, it's Star Wars Episode 9. This ends the Skywalker trilogy, and it's called The Rise of Skywalker. Now, looking at Rotten Tomatoes, the critic scores are in. As I'm recording this, it is December 18th. 2019. Can't believe it's already December 18th. Anyway, the movie comes out tomorrow, and so there's not an audience score, but the critics, 205 critics, have chimed in to say they don't like it. 59%. Now, personally, this is just me. Don't get mad at me. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. You can see toys behind me. I've got tons of Star Wars figures here in my house. Longtime fan, all right? I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So I've been doing this for a long time, going to Star Wars movies and collecting figures and playing video games. The Mandalorian, fantastic. The Force Awakens, I thought was good. The Last Jedi, for me, was a dumpster fire. Don't hate, it's just me. But the problem with The Last Jedi is really not so much a problem with Rian Johnson and a problem with the film as much as it is Disney and Kathleen Kennedy, who oversees Lucasfilm. They set out to say, you know what, we're going to do a trilogy. We're going to do 3 movies with no connective tissue other than make it work. So J.J. Abrams did his vision. Great. Stole a lot from A New Hope, but fine. Then Rian Johnson said, I don't like that. So this is my version of Star Wars, and it completely disrupted, it tore any connective tissue other than the character names, tossed them out the window. Again, just my opinion. Now we go to The Rise of Skywalker. J.J. Abrams is brought back in after a fired Colin Trevorrow. That's a story for another time. And J.J. now has the undertaking of making connective tissue reform between these, not only these 3 movies, but the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, the Clone Wars cartoon, Star Wars Rebels cartoon. It all has to fit in 2 hours. I don't know what the runtime of this movie is, but around 2 hours, right? And the critics so far aren't digging it. Let's see if we can click into some of these and say what they're saying. So, and I don't, by the way, I'm not doing spoilers here. If I see any spoilers in this, I don't think there are, but just know that before you watch any further. Otherwise, bookmark this and come back another time. So we see it's too bad that the Star Wars saga has saved the worst for last. That comes from James Berardinelli. Okay, he's from Real Views, and he's not liking this film. Let's see what else we have. In terms of pure narrative, it's satisfying. What it very rarely is inspired. That's from Ty Burr from the Boston Globe. Peter Travers at Rolling Stone. I think Rolling Stone, by the way, is so far. Go back. Rolling Stone is a dumpster fire. Listen, go back and read Rolling Stone reviews of classic all-time great albums. You'll see what I'm talking about. Rolling Stone says, okay, the final episode isn't perfect. You'll nitpick it forever with your friends, but that's the point. Star Wars is not a movie, it's family. We're that close to it, and the infighting about what it does right and wrong is as crucial as the love. That comes from Rolling Stone. I'm chunking that out, sorry. But as you can see, it's mostly negative. The Rise of Skywalker, unfortunately, becomes forgettable, nostalgia-pushing fodder. Now, there's a large Last Jedi crowd in these early reviewers. These are people that have kissed up to Disney, that got the ability to pre-screen the film only to expect the connective tissue between the beloved Rian Johnson. And by the way, a lot of the Rian Johnson fans weren't really Star Wars fans. They just thought that, you know what, screw tradition, screw the history. I'm going to do my own thing. And they applaud him for that. That's cool, I guess. Actually, everyone's opinion is fine. It's your opinion. But moving on, what you have now is the fans that loved Ryan Johnson are now hating this movie because of nostalgia. It's catering to nostalgia. The people that hated The Last Jedi are not liking this film also because it is trying to shoehorn in a story that potentially messes with events that happened in the original trilogy. Another problem, the movie's title. It's called The Rise of Skywalker. The new trilogy, as I'm calling it, really has nothing to do with the Skywalkers, honestly. It's a movie about Rey. And you know what? There's a lot of people that say, hey, new trilogy haters just don't like women in lead roles. It has nothing to do with that. I love women in lead roles. I have no problem. I love Wonder Woman. All right, I thought that was great. Alita Battle Angel, I thought was a great freaking movie. I saw it in the theater. Thought it was fantastic. I might have been the only one to see it, but didn't make a lot of money. That's a shame because it was good. All right, when people are put in roles in original stories or even in movies like Star Wars where their characters are written well, I don't care if they're male, female, black, white, Asian, I don't care what they are as long as it tells the story and fits the narrative. Rey in The Force Awakens, I enjoyed because she was getting to a point where there might be something interesting happening here. What The Last Jedi did is it made me not care about Rey. So now that I don't care about Rey, why should I care going into The Rise of Skywalker in a movie that really isn't about the Skywalkers, it's about Rey and her journey through 3 movies. So anyway, I am going to see the film, and I'm going in with an open mind, believe it, as much as this doesn't sound like I am. I'm going in with an open mind to see this film on Saturday. This isn't an ad for Allie's bank rate, by the way. I'm going to scroll up. I'm going in with an open mind Saturday night. I will do another video telling you my actual opinion. I'll do maybe a spoiler-free, maybe a spoiler. I'll label it whatever it is so you'll know. I want to like it. I love Star Wars. I will continue to love Star Wars. I love The Mandalorian. My kids love The Mandalorian. Guess what my kids don't love? The Saga series. Because again, The Last Jedi says you don't have to care about Luke. What is Star Wars about? It's about Luke and Anakin. What is The Rise of Skywalker about? You'd think a Skywalker. I don't think it is, but we'll see. So let's see. I'm curious to know your thoughts and opinions. And good luck. You know, I hope everybody gets what they want out of this. If you want it to fail, so be it. If you want it to pass, so be it. I just want quality content to be made so that when people spend hard-earned money, they get what they pay for. So that's really it. I'm in love with this franchise. It's not going to die. I don't believe that at all. But the next few days are going to be very interesting, and the audience score is going to be very interesting. I don't read a lot into Rotten Tomatoes critics, but the audience score might mean something. So we'll take a look at that too. Thank you again. If you are not a subscriber, by the way, to eBEFOREi video reviews, please consider doing so. Just click the subscription button, click the notification bell, share this video, share it with your friends. That is hugely helpful to small channels like my own. I'm not a big channel, it's a little one. You can help change that too. Just share my content. I appreciate each and every one of you, and we will see you back here again real soon.